Rogers Canada had a massive outage on Friday, which lasted for some customers throughout the weekend. And now Rogers is saying that they'll reimburse customers that are affected by the major outage up to 5 days of service, and that is up from the initial 2 days that they said that they would reimburse. And this is something that Rogers is trying to do to get in front of their, disaster that they dealt with and their PR relations for their customers. But it wasn't just customers who were trying to get on their social media or to be able to go to work. This was customers who were affected by their inability to call 911, their inability to draw cash out, and businesses that suffered in terms of making sure that they're able to use their debiting system that relies on the Rogers system. And this was a Canada-wide outage. It wasn't just parts of Canada that were affected. Now, following the nationwide network outage from last week that interrupted the phone lines and internet service, the company has now announced that it'll reimburse, and it'll do an automatic reimbursement to their customers' accounts for up to 5 days of service. Now, you join in on the conversation. Let us know what you think of this. If you think that if critical infrastructure like telecoms and internet, and if it's something that you've opted into as a subscription, should you just be compensated for the days that were lost of that service? Or is it something greater in terms of it impacted your, in an emergency situation like needing to call 911 or being able to reach, other people that you needed to? And as when it came to the work environment, well, a lot of people were offline and could not be reached either. Who were on the Rogers network. It was only people who were on Bell, Telus, and other providers that were able to, assume normal day life. Now, Rogers spokesperson has called the move a first step in a statement that they say will now go through an increase from the initial promise to credit all customers for up to 2 days of service is now going up to 5 days, and that was put on the Rogers official Twitter account, saying that we will continue to work around the clock to restore Canadians' confidence in us, and that is essentially what is lost. And that up to the federal government, well, they're saying, they're giving the big telecom giants about 60 days to come up with an agreement to support one another in case of an outage, because, next time it could be another telecom provider that might be dealing with an outage. And just as a Canadian can roam in the United States or Europe and other countries and be able to roam on a carrier of that country that they're roaming on, those are based on agreements. And so Canada's saying, well, let's do that here at home as well to make sure that there's redundancy and backup when it's required. Now, the CRTC is asking for specific details and a report of what actually happened to cause the outage, and that's part of the conversation. And the other conversation is, should there be more competition in Canada so there isn't so much of a monopoly where if one carrier is down, like Rogers last week, that it would affect most of the country. Now, Canada's have a smaller population, and it begs to know if other telecom giants would be interested to even come to Canada. But when it comes to other service providers like Fibe and Chatter Mobile, those customers were also affected because they are also on the Rogers network. And this is going to continue as there is now a class action lawsuit against Rogers. The lawsuit is seeking $200 per member for the basis that Rogers allegedly broke Quebec's consumer protection law by failing to provide an essential service on July 8th and 9th, and an additional $200 per member for Rogers' assertion that it had the most reliable network in Canada as part of their branding, alleging that this constitutes a false representation. So overall, we're looking at a $400 per customer as part of the lawsuit, and that's what's been put out there.